Hi there, I'm Namisha Patel Owen, and you're listening to Live Your True Self, episode number 87. After 18 years doing corporate, in 2018, it became about doing me, doing what I love. Not that long ago, I too felt a deep desire to be something more, asking myself, who am I anyway, and what's my purpose? Full of self-doubt and fear of failure, fast forward to this moment and you'll see a version of me that's true to myself, calm, confident and clearer than ever before, despite the drama. Inspired by Krishna's words in the Bhagavad Gita, one must deliver himself with the help of the mind and not degrade himself. The mind is the friend of the conditioned soul and his enemy as well. So perspective is everything. No matter where you are on your personal growth journey as a high achiever, I'm here to guide you. Together, we'll step out of your head, the busyness in your mind, and drop into your heart, the space where lasting transformation begins, so that you too can awaken your true self and live life more meaningfully in this moment, even in the messiness. Take a deep breath and listen on in. Welcome back, beautiful soul. Thank you for being here. Today's episode is inspired by a story my yoga teacher told us that really resonated with me, and I think it will with you too. When he was a student, his teacher once asked him to speak with several older, wise people. And in India, where he's from, we're blessed to be surrounded by elders. You'll always find a ba, a grandma, or a dada, a granddad, or an auntie, masi, or an uncle who is there to offer some guidance and wisdom, who holds so much life experience. And his teacher asked him to find out what is the one piece of advice they would give someone younger. Any guesses what they might have shared? What comes up for you? What do you think they might have shared? Almost all of them said the same thing. Don't waste your time. So powerful. With everything they've lived through and experienced, the one thing that stood out and mattered most for them was time. The preciousness of time. Because time is non-renewable. We can make more money, we can get better health, we can have better relationships, we can have almost everything, but we can't make more time. We can't get time back. Once it's gone, it's gone. And it reminds me of how Mary Oliver asks us, what will you do with this one precious life? And so that's exactly what we're diving into today. Because as high achievers, I know we have a lot of thoughts about time. How we use it, how we lose it, how we don't have enough of it to do all the things, and how we want more of it. Time has been one of the areas I've worked on the most over the past few years, not just managing it better, but shifting my whole relationship with it. There was a time I constantly felt rushed always doing, always chasing, always feeling like there wasn't enough of it. And even when I had time, I wasn't fully present. My mind was either stuck in the past or racing ahead to the next thing and the next thing. And it wasn't until I began slowing down and tuning within that I realized time isn't something to fight against, it's something to honor. It's not just about being productive, it's about being intentional, being aligned, and being who you truly are. And when I started living from that place, everything shifted. I felt calmer, more in control, and more connected to what really mattered in the moment, and able to let go of the things that didn't. So, if you've ever felt like time is slipping through your fingers, like you're rushing through life without really living it, know that you're not alone. And also know you have the power to shift it. So, today we're exploring what is time and looking at it from a spiritual perspective, what to do with it, and how to make the most of it, one intentional step at a time. So take a deep breath and let's connect with time. So let's begin with the big question. What is time? What comes up for you? Just notice when I say that. We all think we understand it, but when we look deeper, we realize time isn't just minutes and hours on a clock. It's so much more. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna teaches that time is a divine force, eternal, unstoppable, and beyond our control. It's humbling and sacred. And time feels different depending on your state of mind. When you're present, have you noticed that time slows down? And when you're distracted or stressed, it rushes past. And that's why mindfulness makes each moment feel fuller and deeper and more alive in the moment. We all have the same 24 hours. Time is the ultimate equalizer. What we choose to do with it shapes the life we live and create. And it's so interesting that many spiritual traditions see time as cyclical and not linear. Like the seasons, the moon, or nature itself, there's always a time to grow, to rest, to release, and to renew. And so imagine time as a flowing river, always moving, always carrying us forward. But as high achievers, we often fight the current. We try to control it, speed it up, or feel there's never enough. What if we stopped chasing time and started cherishing it? What if we saw time as a gift and not something to manage and to constantly strive for, but something to honor? Because each moment is a chance to align with our highest self. And time is sacred because how we use it is one of the few things we do control. When we live each moment meaningfully, we stop surviving and start truly living with purpose, with peace, and with power. So ask yourself, what is time for you? And see what comes up. So let's talk about what to do with it. But first, let's talk about what not to do with your time. And that is overthinking, judging, comparing, overindulging, criticizing, striving for perfection. These habits silently steal our precious moments. They pull us away from our true self and our purpose, keeping us stuck in a cycle of frustration, overwhelm, and feeling like we're never quite enough. This is the biggest time waster of all, and often leaves us not feeling so good. So, what do we do with our time? It's actually really simple. Not easy, but simple. We start by getting clear, crystal clear, not on what you think you should want, not what society says is right or successful, but what you truly want deep, deep down. When you connect to that clarity, everything changes. You stop wasting time on things that don't match your vision. You stop chasing the wrong goals. You let go of the noise and you let go of what's not meant for you. And it's not about doing more, it's about doing less with intention. Because I know it's so easy to get caught up in the busyness, ticking off the to-do list, striving for the next achievement, the next thing and the next thing. But have you ever paused and asked yourself, what do I actually want from this one precious life? What do I really, really want? From my own journey and in working with my clients, I've seen the power of answering that question. Once you get crystal clear on your desires and your why, everything shifts. You stop drifting, you stop reacting, you begin creating on purpose. You grow into the version of yourself who already lives the life you desire and dream about. As Buddha said, the trouble is you think you have time. Here are a few empowering thoughts I hold around time that you are welcome to borrow. Time is a healer. Each moment is a chance to grow, reflect, and move closer to the person I want to be. I am the creator of my time. I choose where my energy goes, who I share it with, and how I show up. I trust the timing of my life. I'm exactly where I need to be, and everything is unfolding in perfect divine timing. And a little bonus one, time is abundant. When I live with intention, there is always time for what matters most. When you shift your relationship with time, you stop racing against it. Instead, you begin to honor it. You use it wisely, lovingly, consciously, and on purpose. So, how do we do that? How do we make the most of this precious time that we are gifted with? If you're listening to this in real time and have been following my journey, you know that about 5-6 weeks ago, I embarked deeper into my spiritual journey, diving into my 200-hour yoga teacher training certification. And it wasn't just about completing the course and becoming qualified. It was about embodying the version of me who is already a yoga teacher, someone who can do the asana practices, but also someone who was connected with yoga philosophy and someone who embodied a yoga life. And I set myself up in a way that supported this transformation, because I'd done the mindset stuff and the spiritual side of me was kind of within, but the connection with the body, so the mind and the soul was there. The body piece was something that I needed to bring together. And so I created the space for this holistic approach, mind, body, and soul, and for me to embody the version of me for this in my schedule, in my energy, in my mind. And you know what? I started seeing the results because I was living in alignment with the person I wanted to become. Now, it's not always easy, and in hindsight and reflection, I can see that I had to manage my mind because it wanted to tell me all the reasons why I can't, won't, and shouldn't. And with so much love and compassion, I redirected my mind back to the future identity of myself. And I kept her close to me throughout the last few weeks and really allowed her to guide me. And instead of saying, I don't have time, which disempowers us, I said, it's not a priority right now. And that pushes and puts the power back in our hands. And so to all the things that I couldn't do because I was immersed in my yoga teacher training and embodying this version of me and creating this yoga aligned way of life, I simply said, it's not a priority right now. And that is so much more powerful than just saying, I don't have time. And this is something that you can do too. And the key here is taking small, intentional steps and actions every day. A lot of what I talk about with my clients is creating a new identity. If we want to change, we must first become that version of ourselves in our mind and body and have that why. And when you begin to live as the person you want to become, you naturally start attracting the results you desire rather than chasing them. So if your goal is peace and balance or purpose, then act as if you already embody those qualities. Like, make it real for yourself. What does that look like for you now in this moment? And when you approach time with this mindset, everything becomes clearer and more purposeful. And it doesn't have to be about drastic changes. I'm a strong believer that it's the small, consistent actions that lead to the biggest shifts over time. You don't have to overhaul your entire life all at once or do all the things. And it's not all or nothing. Just focus on one small, perhaps tangible step each day that brings you closer to the version of you want to become. And that in itself is you being that version. So here are my guidelines to help you make the most of your time. Start where you are. It doesn't matter where you begin. The key is starting, and starting small. Play with what you have and what you know. Use your current circumstances, no matter where you find yourself. Use your skills and resources to move forward, and be resourceful with what you have. Compare only to yourself. There is no race. Focus on your own growth and learning with so much love and kindness, knowing that you are growing all the time. Progress, not perfection. Embrace the journey and trust that every step forward counts. And take action from love, not fear or lack. Let love and calm guide your choices, not fear or scarcity. And as a side note, when time goes by, accept it. Don't ever say, I don't know where the time went, because that's not true. Every moment is accounted for. You know what you're doing and you know what you're not doing. And you have the power to use your mind, body, and soul mindfully to do what you want to do. A wise monk once said, "The bad news is time flies. The good news is you're the pilot." So take one small step today and be fully present as you do that. That's how we make the most of our time, by using it intentionally with purpose and clarity. So there you have it, my lovely. This is your reminder. Don't waste your time. You're always creating your future self. Every moment you're investing in who you're becoming. Your future is built one conscious choice, one decision at a time. So every moment you spend on what truly matters is a moment well spent. Your journey is uniquely yours. So let's make it one that aligns with your deepest desires and your highest potential. Thank you for sharing your precious time with me today. I appreciate you, and I hope you got what you came for. Until next time, keep shining your light, and may you always live your true self. Namaste. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Live Your True Self podcast. If you're ready to go deeper into your spiritual growth journey, visit me at www.namishapatelowen.com to learn more about my work and how I can support you. And be sure you're signed up for Monday Mindset Mail, your weekly love note to inspire who you're being while you're doing. And come join my free community, Yoga Life with Namisha, over on YouTube to grow and connect on and off the mat. It's an honor to guide you in reconnecting with who you truly are. Bye for now.